Go live. All right. It's been a while since I did this. All right. I think it's live. Yeah. No, I think we're good. Yep. 14 seconds live. All righty. What is good, squad? There's a few people in here, but I'll wait a second till a few more jump in if there are going to be any more. Appreciate the three of y'all for already being here. Appreciate y'all for being waiting in the shadows. Keeping the swine in line. Miss Cassie, what's good? Appreciate y'all. Sons of Arthur, Steve, how y'all doing? Benjamin, what up, buddy? Good to see you too, Steve. Sorry, tongue twister. Good to see you too, Steve. My man. Thank you, Swan. I've been missing y'all too, brother. I've been missing you guys too. Louis, brother Louis from Michigan, always here as usual. My man. He's been a loyal subscriber for a long time. Appreciate you. I know I was surprised. Normally Lou is numero uno in the streams or the videos I post. Now, granted, I also haven't posted a video in like a month, so that's probably why. Oh, Clinton, I wasn't sure. Somebody had made a comment about how like moderators were like deleting comments and deleting people and stuff. So I had deleted all of the moderators and then just like restarted with a few of them because I felt like I had gotten a little overzealous with the wrenches. So apologize, brother. Jay, I have been on house arrest for the last 30 days, home confinement, as part of the case that I had ultimately lost like a month ago. Now I'm appealing it, and the appeal trial is later this month. I believe the 16th, maybe it's the 21st. I'll have to look at it. The one for Calvert County is on the 12th, and then the one for Anne Arundel is like on the 16th or the 21st, I believe. One of those 2 days. I'll have to look and make sure. But yeah. Oh, the mustache. I'm trying the 70s porn stash right now. I let my facial hair grow out the entire time I was sitting here on home confinement. Normally I don't let, now my facial hair is so patchy, like I keep turning the wrong way with the camera. Like it grows in like a small patch here, a small patch in the corner, a tiny little sideburn, and then like some chin hair and a mustache. But none of it actually connects. So normally I just shave it off every couple of days. But I was like, let me see where it goes. And when I went to shave it before going to get the ankle bracelet off, I go, let me see what the mustache is hitting for. Let me see what it's hitting for. So this is the first time I've ever had one. Appreciate y'all for noticing. Appreciate y'all for noticing. Hey, Miss Shirley, how you doing? Kevin, EJ74, what's up, brother? Secret Agent Man. Yeah, Clinton, I apologize, brother. It wasn't anything personal towards you. I had removed everybody, I think, except for Lou. I think Lou was the only person that had kept one just because I had always seen him in here first and stuff like that. So I figured if I was going to keep somebody, it would be Mr. Lubert. Missing him. Missed y'all too, man. It wasn't that I couldn't post or anything. It's just that I was stuck in the house for 30 days. So there really wasn't anything to post about. It wasn't like I could go out and like film anything or do anything. Douglas, my health is doing good. I get my blood draw on the 10th of this month, and I think that's next Wednesday. And then I will see, next Wednesday. And then I will see the oncologist the following Tuesday. And hopefully that will be where he tells me that I'm finally down into the 400,000 units per liter. I think the goal was to be at 450 or 400. And I was originally at 720, and that's 720,000 red blood cells per liter. Or I think my plasma platelets or my white blood cells were up at like 5 or 6. Like it was very, very high, higher than it should have been. So the goal was to get it down into the 400,000s, and hopefully we are there. So keep you guys updated on that in about a week or so. But yeah, I ultimately appealed the case as soon as I had lost it last month, but they didn't vacate the stay of sentence. I would have had to pay a $500 fee. It was a $5,000 appeal bond. Now, I think I would have had to pay 10% of that to the court system in order to appeal it, but it wasn't worth that. Now, they gave me a 60-day sentence. So on house arrest, it's day for day. I only had to do 30 days. I officially got it off this morning. Felt great. Ankle back to being normal again and not all heavy. As y'all can see, I got my Star Wars socks on. Happy Star Wars Day to everybody. May the 4th be with you. If you're not a Star Wars fan, you're missing out. I don't know how I feel about all of the like new age Disney Star Wars stuff, but big Star Wars fan. So yeah. But yeah, so ultimately they had found me guilty of those charges back. I think it was the 30th or the 31st of March, and it was the stuff with the Capitol Police. And again, I did appeal it. The appeal case is coming up later this month, but I had to sit and do 30 days of home confinement, which just ended this morning. Now, while in home confinement, I had 2 cases that actually both were this week. One of them being today, one of them being on Monday. Now, Monday was for a violation of probation. This is way before I was ever an auditor, when I had gotten trouble back as just like a regular civilian, and I was on probation. Now, as I tried to explain to the lady, they were saying that like basically I had went and did the 2 weekends that I was supposed to do and then just absconded from probation. That I just, at first it was that I started coming, stopped going, started coming again, and then stopped going ultimately for good. Well, I never reported to anybody because I was under the impression it was unsupervised probation. No one ever said anything. There was no letters sent. Nothing was ever done. I had been in the courthouse or the court system multiple times after that. So like, as the judge said herself, I just sort of slipped through the cracks. And that was my main kind of like story that I was trying to push to her, is that I had slipped through the cracks, that I had done what I needed to do as far as paying the restitution or paying the fees for the court costs and stuff like that. And then also doing I was sentenced to 6 days. It was a VOP for a possession of CDS, not marijuana, is what I had gotten convicted of. So I had to do 6 days. It was 364 days to spend all but 6. I got to do them in weekends. After 2 weekends, which was 4 days, they released me on good behavior. I didn't have to do the last weekend. So in my head, I'm like, if I didn't show up to probation and just like absconded and never reported to intake, why am I getting released on good behavior and like having my sentence reduced if I'm just not complying with the conditions of the sentence at all? Luckily the lady had actually sat there and like looked at the paperwork, and she even said to him, she was like, why haven't you guys filed a single or you guys didn't file like a report about this until April of 2021, like 4 or 5 days after his probation was over. So you guys waited until it was done to even report that he never showed up. So she also was just like, you guys obviously didn't care. Like, something just happened. I'm not going to punish this kid for things that happened back in 2019 or for the pullover and the actual arrest incident happened in like, I think late 2018 or early 2019, maybe. Might have even been early 2018. That's what I think it was. And she's like, look, I'm not going to give this kid backup time because they could have given me all 359 days. She gave me no backup time, no punishments for the new convictions that were on there, and ultimately just closed it out as unsatisfactory. Now, while it does suck that I had to plead guilty to a Rule 4 violation, the state bringing back up that stet docket stuff from like a month and a half ago ultimately is what led to that. There was no way around it. I committed the crime. There was nothing I could do in that situation. So there's no point in like going in there and being like, oh, let's go for a trial and I didn't do this. Like, no, I committed the crime. Originally it was on a stat docket. I would have never had to have a VOP, which is a violation of probation case. But the state chose to bring it back up off the stat docket and convict me of the crime. So therefore I had to plead guilty to this. But there was no like backup punishments. So I am very grateful to Judge Donna Schaefer for that, because like I said, it was just like I slipped through the cracks. They didn't notice. I didn't know. It was a huge misunderstanding. Not to say it in a bad way, but my public defender at the time She was from either East or West Africa, so very heavy accent. There was a bit of a language barrier there. So it was just like a culmination of crazy things that led to the whirlwind of me ultimately not going to probation, but doing the other conditions. Anyway, long story short, I was let off of that and it was closed out as unsatisfactory, but ultimately closed and nothing's ever going to come from that again. Cool. So on to Thursday, which would have been today. It is the case where ultimately my little brother had been charged with second-degree assault and resisting arrest at the CID building like a couple years ago back in 2020. Now, he beat the case. He took the case to trial. He won the case. He won the trial, was found not guilty of everything. Well, like a week and a half before his trial date, the state chose to charge me with the same crimes, which is weird because in the state of Maryland, assault carries a statute of limitations of a year and a day, so 366 days. They waited 2.5 years to file the charges. So a year and a half after the statute of limitations had expired, they filed the charges. It never went to district court. It wasn't like I was arraigned on the charges. I never had like an initial appearance in front of a commissioner. They just sent me paperwork saying that I had a court case at the circuit courthouse for this, this, and this. And here's the discovery, and good luck. Go after yourself. So ultimately, and again, I wasn't like scared of going to trial. The whole time I kept telling them, like, I'm going to trial on this. I'm not pleading guilty to anything. One, I didn't even commit a crime. Two, he already beat the case and prove that it was an unlawful arrest in the first place. So definitely going to go forth as a trial. I had messaged Liz Palin, who is the head public defender here in Anne Arundel County, I believe for both the circuit and the district courthouses. And I had asked her, hey, Thursday morning, I'm supposed to get my house arrest bracelet off. What's going on with the case? Is there a way to get it moved to the later part in the afternoon? Are we going to be the first trial, the only trial? I was just trying to figure out what was going on so I could coordinate with the caseworker and get the bracelet taken off. At which time she had messaged me back, and I even said something like, man, I don't know how the hell we came out of there with that ruling yesterday. Like, because in reality, if the state's going to charge me with crimes that I didn't commit a year and a half after the statute of limitations had expired, like that's some shady, malicious prosecution type shit right there. So to then see the same system that is trying to F me, actually look at the details of a situation and make like a logical, informed decision was surprising, baffling, and overall just a good thing to happen. So I felt like I should go out and buy a lottery ticket. I was like, man, my luck, I need to go buy a lottery ticket right now. And she goes, yeah, chalk it up to good advocacy and maybe a bit of good luck. And I'm gonna go, oh yeah, cool. Maybe a bit of both of those, and I'll keep the same positivity into Thursday's trial. She goes, oh, don't worry about it. The state already told me they're going to dismiss the charges on Thursday. So technically yesterday, which was Wednesday, she was in court with the state's prosecutor, and they brought the case up yesterday and dismissed it noli proseque, which ultimately means the state has dismissed. Bring it back up, I believe, technically, if they wanted to bring it back up, but it's the state dismissing the case. It's not a not guilty verdict. It's not like me winning a trial, but it's the state conceding and basically being like, yeah, we don't believe that we're going to win the trial if we go forth on that. So they nolly proseque it, and I didn't even have to go to court today. Bow, bow, bow. So I went and got my ankle bracelet off first thing this morning, and then went out and did some of the errands that I had been waiting the last month to do. It definitely sucked. I was only able to go to the doctor's, the courthouse, and to the pharmacy to pick up my medications. So, and the grocery store twice. I was allowed to go there twice. So besides that, just sitting here in the house, man. Very bored. Yeah, Toxic Loss. What's up, brother? Now, again, Calvert County does have my camera. So even though I'm off the ankle bracelet, it's not like I have all of my equipment back. They still have that, and they're going to have it until after the trial, which is May 12th. Again, that was the one that I lost back in the beginning of March. It was March 16th in Calvert County. They found me guilty of trespassing at the health department. and sentenced me to 20 days in the detention center. I got out after 5, appealed it, and the appeal trial is coming up in the middle of this month. So hopefully after that, I will get all of my equipment back and be able to go back out there. As of right now, I only have this shitty GoPro 4, and because of the stabilization of the other cameras, I didn't get a new gimbal after the last one got broke. So very limited as far as supplies and materials at the moment. But yeah, definitely off of the home confinement. That's all said and done with. Now, if I go ahead and beat this case and I win the appeal, and I choose to seek any retribution for the malicious prosecution and the false imprisonment and defamation of character, because in the state of Maryland, a false arrest is defamation of character, then I will also have the pain and suffering of 30 days in home confinement to add on to that. So that's on them. But yeah, I'm back for the time being, brother. Miss Erica, how you doing? Brandon Mitchell, how you doing? I seen somebody had asked about an update with no, keeping the swine in line. It does not vacate automatically in all circumstances. Most of them, yes, unless the judge sets it as an appeal bond. My appeal bond was set at $5,000, so I wasn't able to. But yeah, somebody had asked about the case where the guy had assaulted me. I'm assuming you're talking about the election board guy, because there was also a jail guard who came out and assaulted me, but he really just smacked the cameras, which again is assault in the state of Maryland. But he just damaged my equipment. He never actually physically like hit me in the head, as to where the other one, my head hit the wall and got busted open. So in that situation, I had been contacted by somebody from the get-go and told that I would have representation in that case. I was told that we were going to, oh damn, I left that Douglas Fox thing up there the whole time. I'll change it. Good to see you too, Erica. Ultimately, I was told that I would have representation in that case. I was told not to seek out any other representation and not to speak to any other lawyers, that I would have representation in that case, and that it was adequate, competent, and good counsel to have. Ultimately, it got to the point where it's now been 6 months, so I kind of like, what's going on here the other day, and found out that I would not be represented by that person. Now, ultimately, the guy had like a very bad accident, and then when getting his hip replaced, because it was completely shattered, they had put it in wrong and it had fused. So then they had to go back in and re-break it and put like a whole new replacement hip in there. So he's got some medical malpractice shit going on himself right now, and he's already like 70 years old. I get it. But it kind of sucked that I had spent 6 months not speaking to anybody else about it or like doing anything. So I had been waiting to give you guys an update, because I had been told not to really speak on it, that we were going to move forth with what we were going to do, and that I should just kind of lay low on it and keep quiet until it was all on public record. Unfortunately, that is not the case anymore. So I am looking for counsel on that again. I'm going to reach out to a few people this upcoming week, now that I'm able to go out and sit down and speak with them. Lincoln Square Leonidas. A lot of you may not even know his channel. I believe he's shadow banned on YouTube. It's weird, but if you search for his channel, his name is Lincoln Square Leonidas, and he had actually had somebody reach out to him about it, and he had put them on to me. So hopefully, when I reach back out to this lawyer, he is still wanting to take the case, because he had reached out to me about it. So it seemed as though he was obviously eager to take it. I should have taken him up on the offer and not played the long game that I had played. But you know what I mean? We all make choices, we all make decisions, and we have to live with them. So I'm a little 6 months in the hole on that one, but I have a year to file any type of paperwork if I'm going to file paperwork civilly. So I still have 6 more months to do that. The state has declined to press any charges on him. They don't believe he committed assault on me. State's Attorney Michael May said that no assault occurred, and that, yeah, basically I can go fuck myself is what he tried to tell me. So, yeah. But, so there's the update on that. Right? Yeah, no, he probably owes me his new hip after making me wait 6 months, but it is what it is. It was also my fault for not taking the counsel of the lawyer that reached out to me himself from the get-go. In this situation, it was a friend of mine was the middleman contacting the lawyer for me. So I wasn't actually in direct contact with this person originally. It was a friend of a friend. So, uh, yeah, definitely learned my lesson, Tracy, for sure. So, yeah, I should have just gone with the guy that actually had reached out to me himself from the get go. He seemed a little more eager, and yeah. So, as Tracy Tabor just said, learn my lesson. And like, in both, I'm not mad at the lawyer, and I'm not mad at the friend who was in the middle either. Like, it just is what it is. It was a whirlwind of situations. Like I said, the person had broken his hip. It had been fused in wrong. They had to re-break it and put it in there. So he's got his own shit going on. And he's older, so I get it. I understand that. Shit happens. And he's now, hi, what's up, buddy? You're not late, brother. We're always here. We're always here. That's fire. That's hot. Dye my hair honey blonde, so now I look like a blonde baboon's ass after a healthy shit. That's hot. Yeah, I'm rolling with the mustache right now, too, brother. I'm rolling with it. I shaved the rest of the little patchy facial hair off, but I was keeping the mustache for a hot minute. See where it rides. Yeah, I got the hiccups after drinking that. But yeah, I just want to come on and give you guys a little update as to what happened with the 2 court cases this week, and let you guys know that I was off of home confinement. So, yeah, if anything happens while I'm out and about and I have my phone with me or I happen to have the GoPro 4, I can always get it and post a video. You may or may not see some more videos here in the immediate future from me, but either way, hopefully I'll have my cameras back in the next like 15 days or so once this appeal case is over with. But yeah, I appreciate everyone that came out tonight. Appreciate everyone that sticks around, checks on me. Cope Dog, appreciate you. I don't know if you're here in the stream or not, but Cope Dog has been reaching out to me as well as Miss Cassie. Both of them have been checking on me regularly. Cannon News, my man. Hold on, where to go? Where to go? Mr. John, where you at, brother? My God, this is the first person that I've seen out in public that like recognized me as Annapolis Audit. I'm not going to put him on blast or where he works and stuff like that, but he was working and I just happened to go in there and he was like, "Wait a minute, you look familiar." So it was the first time I'd ever been recognized. It was pretty cool. But how you doing, brother? But yeah, I just want to give you guys a little update as to what was going on with those cases. The first one getting closed out, the second one getting dismissed noli proseque. So I would consider that 2 wins in my situation. It was the best possible outcome that I could have had. And I got the house arrest bracelet off this morning. So may the yeah, I know I laughed on it. May the 4th be with y'all. Happy Star Wars Day. Appreciate y'all, squad. Peace out. Be safe out there. And I'll see y'all again soon. Take it easy.